I don't care if you've been bumping that mixtape Pluto all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Nonsense. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the beautiful view. Smoke me out, fam, with all the danks on my left. Old ninja in the world, old ninja.
It's very weird that we live in a time that 80-year-old politicians are afraid of a 35-year-old pop star.
On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choking people out on threes, fourths, Chronos.
down the road, down the witch's road. Those who know will know.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue back again.
Everybody is technically a 3D printer.
Didn't last time you said we were NPCs?
We're Some people are NPCs, some people are 3D printers.
Oh. Yeah,
you're a 3D printer.
I 3D print Dookie on the regular basis.
Yeah, I feel attacked.
Also, I started sitting down while peeing because of Blue. Thank you very much.
God damn.
I didn't feel bad about it anymore.
I don't feel bad about it at all.
He posted a very compelling video, and then all right, this is like totally off the topic. There's no topic yet, but here's a topic now. If you're a guy, just pee in the toilet with while wearing shorts, and then just see if you feel anything, like on your legs. So yeah, even if you're super accurate in the toilet, like you're gonna feel like some sort of splash somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So if you pee standing up,
if you standing up,
splash. Yeah.
So I started. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I just started like sit down. I'd say probably like 75% of the time. Like if I don't really have to pee, like if I got time, it's not an emergency. I'll just take a seat, chill out for a minute. It's all good.
And actually, it's interesting because Stuff You Should Know, like one of my favorite podcasts, second to this one, they did an episode where they talk about peeing sitting down as a man, and they talked about how it's more hygienic because like basically the porcelain is very water not absorbent, but like the opposite. So whenever you go pee, like water just instantly like bounces off of it.
Yeah, it's repellent. Yeah,
repellent. Yeah, so like every time you go pee, there's always going to be sprinkles of pee like going everywhere else. And in some countries, like men sit down to pee, which is kind of interesting. Like I think in Germany, they sit down to pee, and it's like it's just okay.
Yeah, and honestly, I know it's like seems like unmasculine, but at the same time, it's just like I don't mind sitting down. So it's not a big deal.
My problem is it kind of touching the water sometimes. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Oh, look at this dude with the fucking big dick jokes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this: if I'm tired, I'm sitting down because sometimes I might even pass out while I'm pissing.
Oh, if I'm drunk, there's 100% chance I'm sitting down.
Be careful. You gotta be careful if you're drunk and sitting down to pee. You might end up waking up face down, ass up, with someone knocking on the door. So.
What about the baby oil on you?
I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell you the compelling argument. This is going to be kind of gross. Okay, the compelling argument about after seeing the video that Blue dropped about peeing standing up and like basically piss particles everywhere in your fucking bathroom. So like in my bathroom in my current house, it's just so it's the shower and the toilet. It's a kind of small bathroom, and I have my towel in there. And like so for the longest time. Not for the longest time, because it wasn't that long. I would say for like maybe a week, it kept smelling like piss in my bathroom. And so, I clean my whole toilet. I clean all kinds of shit up. I'm cleaning the floors, and it still smelled like piss in my bathroom. You know what it was? It was my fucking towel.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Yeah. Disgusting. So, yeah, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to sit down in my own bathroom to pee. If I'm in public or some shit like that, like...
Oh, yeah.
I don't really give a fuck, but because I clean it up.
If I'm at work,
if I'm at work,
10-15 minute break.
I don't really give a shit.
Being on my phone.
Yeah, but in my own little tiny bathroom, well, for like where the shower is, and the toilet, I'm sitting down. I don't give a fuck anymore. So
I will just tell you this: whenever I am in the presence of a multi-stalled unisex bathroom, I piss everywhere I fucking can.
Yeah, that's acceptable. Yeah, to leave your mark.
The floor, just fuck everybody.
Yeah,
you gonna count my piss.
Well, it's really funny because I remember like like when I first started, like usually when I first started dating somebody, and it comes to like going to the bathroom, it's like I don't want her to hear me like just ripping out a fat piss. It's like I usually would like.
What are you talking about? That's showing your dominance. Like, listen to this fucking fire hose coming out of my dick right now. I'm just saying.
If I'm gonna piss, I'm gonna piss. Yeah, that. Well, I'm gonna drink my water.
I like the outdoor pissing more than the indoor pissing. Like, there's something that feels better about just pissing on the side of a fucking building or something.
No, I mean, so if you're pissing in a field, it feels like you're helping the environment. You're watering the plants.
That is true.
Giving them electrolytes, what they need.
It's what plants crave. I'm just saying.
It's what they need. Oh my God.
The one of the downside for a man peeing sitting down is that you don't 100%. I mean, I guess you don't really 100% empty your bladder when you're standing up either, but like you don't fully empty your bladder. That's one thing that they mention on Stuff You Should Know.
Well, yes and no. I think like the whole emptying the bladder thing. It's two problems. There's the maybe with standing up, but also like most people in general have a very weak pelvic floor, so and that will contribute to the dribbles partially. So. Yeah, probably more information than everybody wanted to know, but both men and women, you need to like do your pelvic floor exercises.
Your Kegels?
Yeah. I mean, that's not really a thing. Kegels, pelvic floor is 100%. Even though people call it Kegels, that was a person.
Kegels is an exercise.
Well, it's a person that kind of. I forget the person's name, but the pelvic floor is what it's actually called. So. Yeah.
Captain
Kegels.
Y'all just look it up if you want to. This can be educational for everybody. In the very beginning of this episode, we're talking about pissing while sitting down as a man.
Yeah.
This is a very odd beginning.
And Kegel exercises, because apparently they are important.
Pelvic floor. I will say again, old ninja.
Yeah, here, Kegel exercises.
But it's
benefits and how-tos. You know.
Google the pelvic floor, old ninja.
Yeah, I see it. Pelvic floor muscles, uterine prolapse. And
well, you're looking up something. Okay, like you're going to a different place.
This is from a medical clinic.
Okay.
Just doing Kegels help prevent leaking pee or poop and passing gas. Oh, okay. But yeah, I mentioned pelvic floor.
Got a fart though. What the fuck? You farting ain't. You gotta get that.
No, but sometimes I guess you can make it more powerful or less weaker, like less blast radius.
Oh, we got to catch up. Domino's asking, like, well, you just fucking rewind the tape, Domino. Sorry, we explained this.
Well, I guess you kind of want to do Kegel exercises after you've been to a puffy party. You might want to build your pelvic floor.
Damn.
you need electrolytes and NDAs and
I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
Fuck. Jeez. Oh, hey, there's a video here. Kegel exercises for men. Beginners, pelvic floor. Where's the rest of this? Yeah, I guess it's pelvic floor exercises. Oh, they have you on your side. This looks a little bit too involved. Not watching that.
It's not okay. I'm not gonna go any further because I've already made people uncomfortable.
Gear, so this is fine. Yeah. You're wearing workout gear. He's wearing workout gears on a fucking Pilates mat.
Yeah, you don't need workout gear. Just you're fine.
I think of all the ladies out there that's listening to this podcast right now, it's like, yes, please pee standing up so you can put this toilet seat down, so you don't have to worry about that goddamn thing.
That's the other thing, which and I'm 100% like against that argument of like peeing standing up, sitting down, like, but also like I'll probably have to clean my toilet less while peeing sitting down, so it's not. Yeah.
Well, the whole toilet seat being down, somebody did a math equation, and the toilet seat needs to be down more than it needs to be up, considering like, okay, so a man goes pee standing up, so that's the one time that needs to be up, but then they go poop, so that's one time the toilet seat needs to be down. But when a female goes to the bathroom, it needs to be down 2 times. So there's 3 out of 4 chances that the toilet seat needs to be down.
Yeah.
If it's two, like a man and a woman living in the house. But if like you add more guys and more females, and math gets skewed. But like,
what if it's 2 super gay bodybuilders that drink like 2 gallons of water a day? I'm just saying.
Then it should always be up.
I just somebody taking a shit in the urinal, but I've seen plenty of people taking shits in urinals.
Yeah, that does occur. It's quite odd.
I've not experienced this public display of debauchery, so I'm fine.
never like during business hours. It's always late night shits, and it's always the drunkest person. They're just like, I had to go, you know what I mean? And they're just going to town, like letting all of the fucking shit out. And you can't use that fucking urinal afterwards. The urinal is shot up to pieces. You know what I mean?
P can fix that. I'm just saying. But the problem is because we all subconsciously. The problem is that no, it's because we all subconsciously know that if we piss in that shit, some of that piss could possibly get on us.
Yeah, no.
The piss and shit mixture can get on us. So I'm just
not doing it. Nope.
Birds in the fucking urinal. I leave that fucking.
Oh,
urinal.
did I? Well, I guess we'll just keep it on this, like, using the bathroom fucking intro. When I went to the Pink concert, 2 weeks ago, I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but like they at Petco Park, they changed the bathroom setup to have like more women bathrooms than male bathrooms, and it was like very interesting because like when we first got there, Kay and our daughter had to go to the bathroom, and so they went in, but they said that there was like only 3 stalls, and then they had like urinals, and I was like, what? That's fucking weird. And I was like, oh. They just changed the sign.
Ew.
And
Petco Park is a baseball stadium for those who don't know.
Yes. And so it was hilarious because like at a certain point I had to use the bathroom like when they were like changing. It was like between like Sheryl Crow and Pink playing. And I went to use the bathroom and the line for the dudes was like pretty fucking long. So because there wasn't a lot of like dude bathrooms because obviously demographics. So yeah. That was interesting.
Something I haven't seen in a while is like that old school trough. Like when you go to a club, there's that trough, that urinal trough.
Oh yeah, with the ice in it.
Fill up with like
That's the
ice.
best. Yeah. You know why they do the ice?
Why actually?
So you have less fucking pee fucking spraying around all the place. Yeah.
But it really does. People piss on the fucking floor. They used to have those goddamn urinals, the big long urinals that just go for like 20 feet left and right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
they had those at the Coliseum for like forever.
They still do. Because I was just there.
The Coliseum was made during World War I, so we all know this. Like there's uranium in there.
But still, you could. There was never a time when it didn't smell like the worst fucking piss and shit. Like it just continued at the beginning of the game. Didn't matter.
And they wonder like, why did the Raiders leave? Why did the A's leave? Like, I mean, you got a fucking Civil War era stadium. Yeah, like, what the fuck is happening here?
Wow. We went there.
I went further back in time. Like, I could have said Revolutionary War. I don't give a shit.
You could have, but just saying we went there with this topic. Like, god dang.
Sorry.
We didn't do our normal intro.
I derailed everything by saying I piss while sitting down now. Most of the time. So, at my own house. Only. But also, hold on. I got to give a caveat. I have bidets in my house. So when I sit down to a warm toilet seat.
That's same
at all times. So
that was a selling point for me to sitting down is that I got a warm seat.
Yeah. I don't know. This is maybe a PSA. I don't know. Just if you don't have a fucking a Japanese style bidet in your house, just a pro tip. I'm going to change your entire fucking life. Go look it up. Buy one that has like the warming seat function, the take the odor away function, and clean your asshole function. And this is going to improve your life substantially, and also save you on toilet paper. So,
and then some of them have front washing station parts too for because bidets are I think originally for females, so wash their front parts.
They're for both, but yeah, I both my toilets have both of those features. So, yeah.
Bidet is French. I wonder what it's French for.
Oh, old Ninja. You got to pour out something for somebody. I know you got.
Yeah, I got to pour out.
Also, pouring piss for people.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not going to shit on the dead or piss on the dead or whatever y'all fuck is doing, but I'll pour out some Mickeys for our dearly departed. Damn. Starting out with a Fat Man Scoop. Born Isaac Freeman III. He was a rapper, but most people know him as the biggest hype man for a generation. He's best known for his guest performances.
Flavor Flav?
Apparently he eclipsed Flavor Flav.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess Flavor Flav's he's a rapper too, but Fat Man Scoop was the one who was out there during the aughts. He was out there in all the clubs, starting with his dance performance on the 2005 single "Lose Control" by Missy Elliott.
It was almost a different generation.
Yes, we're old.
Almost. It definitely is. Not almost. It is. He was also on tracks like "It's Like That" by Mariah Carey, as well as his 1999 sleeper hit single "Be Faithful." In 2018, he reunited with Missy Elliott and Ciara for a remix of "Level Up." In the early 2000s, he was dubbed the voice of the club. Throughout his career, Fat Man Scoop collaborated with numerous artists, including Lil Jon's 2004 remix of Salt Shaker, Janet Jackson's 2006 remix of So Excited, the Pussycat Dolls' 2008 remix of When I Grow Up, David Guetta's 2009 remix of One Love, and Skrillex's 2014 single Recess.
Mm-hmm.
In 2004, he had a TV show in the UK where he mentored 6 musicians trying to gain success in the US. In 2007, he appeared as himself in the animated TV show The Boondocks, in the episodes The Story of Thugnificent and The Story of Gangstalicious Part 2. He and his wife, Shonda, had a podcast and a TV show for MTV called Man and Wife. On August 30th of 2024, Freeman collapsed on stage during a performance in Connecticut. The following day, it was announced that he had passed away of cardiac arrest at the age of 56.
It's young.
So what was tripping me out is that it was caught like people had their phones out. So it was all over social media. You see him literally take a couple steps on stage and literally just drop.
Man.
Yeah, it was all bad. Okay, next up we have Michaela DePrince. She was a Sierra Leonean American ballet dancer who danced with the Boston Ballet, the Dutch National Ballet, and the Dance Theater of Harlem. She rose to fame after starring in the documentary First Position in 2011, which followed her and other young ballet dancers as they prepared to compete in the Youth America Grand Prix, where she won a scholarship to the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis School at the American Ballet Theater. In 2012, DePrince danced with the Dance Theater of Harlem as the youngest dancer in history of the company. From 2013 to 2020, she was the Dutch National Ballet. She was in the Dutch National Ballet. She grew up as an orphan after her uncle brought her to an orphanage during the Civil War in Sierra Leone. Her adoptive parents were told that her father was shot and killed by the Revolutionary United Front when she was 3. So when she was 3, she was told that her mother had starved to death soon after. Frequently malnourished, mistreated, and degraded as a devil's child because she had vitiligo, she fled to a refugee camp after her orphanage was bombed. She was adopted at the age of 4 by a New Jersey couple. She studied dance and took online courses to earn her high school diploma. By the age of 17, she had been in a documentary and had been on a TV show. She had been on the TV show Dance with the Stars. In 2015, MGM required the film rights to DePrince's book, Taking Flight, from war orphan to star ballerina. In 2018, MGM announced that Madonna, yes, that Madonna, would direct Taking Flight, the biopic of her life. She died at the age of 29, one day before her adoptive mother, Elaine, died from heart failure. Her mother did not know that she had passed. Her cause of death has yet to be determined. There we go.
That's fucking sad.
Yeah.
Yes. Next up, we have another member of the legendary Jackson family passed away. Tito Jackson, who was a founding member of the Jackson 5, later known as the Jacksons, a group who rose to fame in the late 60s and 70s for you kids out there. He was nominated for a Grammy Award 3 times. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the Jackson 5. Out of the 10 Jackson children, because I forgot they had 10 fucking kids.
God damn.
He was the 3rd born. Yes, they had 10 fucking kids. He began a solo career in 2003, performing as a blues musician. In 2007, in the UK, he appeared as a judge on the BBC show Celebrity Singing Competition, Just the Two of Us, for the 2nd season. In 2016, he had his first commercially successful solo single on the Billboard charts with his single Get It Baby, featuring Big Daddy Kane, from his album Tito fame. And with that single, he became the 9th and final Jackson to have a solo single in the charts. He made another album in 2023 with a ton of collaborators. I'm only going to list Stevie Wonder and Eddie Levert from the OJs. There's a shit ton more. He teamed up with a Brazilian artist, Natalia Demani, for the track Attitude. It is said that it had a similar style to the early Jackson's music. I just listened to it. It does not. I think it's literally more like Dua Lipa and Elton John's collaboration, almost like identical. Jackson was on the road trip. He was on a road trip with his business partner, Terry Harvey, to transport Jackson's antique cars from California to Oklahoma when he began sweating and complaining of chest pains. 10 days ago, he suffered a heart attack and died at the age of 70 in New Mexico.
Damn.
And then last up, we have Frankie Beverly. Born Howard Stanley Beverly, the R&B singer who formed the group, Raw Soul in Philly in 1970, which would eventually become known as Frankie Beverly and Maze. He moved to San Francisco to work with Marvin Gaye, who, according to Beverly's website, was the one who changed the group name to what it is known as today. Beverly was the lead singer, songwriter, producer, and founder of the group. The group put out hits like Before I Let You Go, Joy and Pain, and Happy Feelings. Their sound and soulful style became the soundtrack to cookouts, family reunions, and so much more. And also was great for the electric slide. During performances, he had a signature style, all-white custom design, and made clothing casual, including slacks, a long-sleeve shirt, and a baseball cap. Concert goers would always dress in white to their performances for all their performances across the U.S. Beyonce covered the song Before I Let You Go for her Homecoming, the live album. The group has won BET Lifetime Awards, NAACP Image Award, a TV One Urban One Honors Living Legend Award. He died at the age of 77. The family has not released details on his death. So this completes last week's RIPs.
Real quick with Frankie Beverly though, it obviously RIP to him. He was a fucking legend. This was one of the few times in her career that Beyonce took some serious backlash just doing that cover. A lot of people did not like it, and it got some very mixed reviews, especially from some hardcore Frankie Beverly and Maze fans. But I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was a decent cover all the way around. But
bro, they ain't beating the Bayhive. Like Frankie Beverly fans are old as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Bayhive is young. They got vitality.
Yeah. What's funny to me is that Frankie Beverly himself said it was his favorite rendition of the song.
Oh, yeah. Damn! All right.
So he said it. He said it publicly, and like people still didn't care. They're like, "No, fuck that." And like just like she covered Frankie Beverly, she covered Dolly Parton. Was getting hella heat for that too. She got heat this year because people were saying she didn't get it. She should have gotten a Grammy. Other people like, "Oh, she should have been nominated." Like all kinds of heat for all that shit. So it's very crazy shit.
People need to just chill out.
Yeah. There's one last RP that I will add in. That is recent. I think it was like yesterday, maybe the day before.
Yesterday.
Yeah. So this is a RIP to Marcellus Williams, who was put to death in, I forget the state. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Missouri. Yeah. Was it Missouri? Fact check me while I'm talking. Somebody, please. He was somebody that was convicted of stabbing a woman multiple times in I believe the 90s, and it was kind of sketchy from the jump because they didn't have really proper DNA evidence. The jury had no black folks on the jury through like basically jury tampering. They asked for clemency multiple times. They were granted partial clemency at least once. Because of like kind of some fuckery that had to do around with him being convicted, and the fact that they didn't actually have his DNA on the knife that killed her. And when they went back through and like looked at the DNA evidence on the knife, it was the prosecutor's DNA on there because they mishandled that shit. So it's a lot. Yeah, and they decided to murder this man yesterday. I think if you're
Missouri,
it was Missouri. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I am not pro death penalty at all. I might have been in the past. Actually, I was in the past, but I'm not anymore. I don't think that causing another death to, account for another death. That's like two wrongs will make a right. My mom told me a long time ago. It still sits with me today. The victim's family didn't want him to be put to death. Even the prosecutors didn't seek for that anymore. But the state still decided to murder this man, and it's a shame. And it's a shame that too frequently in America, how cheap our lives are, especially if you're a person of color, especially if you're a black man, how cheap your life is. And he got put to death via a lethal injection, which is a particularly cruel way to kill somebody. If somebody wants to say, "Oh, it's painless," no, because there's been countless times. I don't want to say countless. There's been multiple times where people have been screaming while they've been being injected, to be put to death. It's not humane. And if you decide to murder somebody for the state, you need to be 100% sure. At minimum, which I don't agree with anyway. I don't think that a murder resolves another murder. That doesn't make sense to me. But in this case, there was doubt, and they decided to do it anyway. And I was looking up statistics on like why he wasn't granted clemency or stay of execution, and I found an interesting thing about Joe Biden, our president.
Mm-hmm.
He is granted 11 paroles. Oh, not was it paroles or stays of execution, or what do they call it in the presidential term?
Pardons.
Pardons. Thank you.
Pardons.
He's granted 11 pardons in his almost 4 years of presidency. That is not a lot. And to give context, I have to give two contexts. One is that the past president, the shitty one, he granted way more, but also he granted them to people that were kind of pieces of shit. So we'll go back to like the last kind of decent president, which is former President Barack Obama. He granted almost 2,000 pardons, and the fact that Joe Biden has granted 11, given that he was one of the authors of the crime bill in the 1990s, kind of says a lot. So,
two quick things. Joe Biden doesn't know where the fuck he is. Number one. And then number two, though, and I know someone's, screaming into the microphone or whatever right now, or screaming into their headset. Unfortunately, this was not a federal case. This was a state case.
Okay.
Where, really would have to be the governor of that state. And, I'm not giving Joe Biden a pass on anything. I'm really not. But unfortunately, this was one of those state executions.
Well, that's kind of odd of how if you murder somebody, I don't know. I feel like there should be multiple layers of scrutiny that should go to the federal level. If you're going to literally end somebody's life, that shouldn't just be left up to like a local or state government. That should be something more than that. Because, we already know that like certain states are more particular about who they want to murder.
Oh, of course.
So,
yeah, and let me be really clear too. You're absolutely right about that. But quote unquote blue or quote unquote liberal or progressive, whatever you want to call it, California is not innocent either. I remember the Tookie Williams stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Back in the mid 2000s, where he was right at that time writing children's books and trying to get people who were Crips to leave the gang life. And yes, he did crimes. Yes, he was locked up. Nobody was talking about freeing him, but they sure did execute him. And I think that was Schwarzenegger at the time, but that was right here in California. I'll never forget that one.
Well, I think that most folks that want to talk about, Democrats and Republicans, and when it comes to any sort of criminal justice reform, I think for most folks, they think that like people that are Democrats, or this Democratic governing body, is like this whole like lovey-dovey. We're going to reform the criminal justice system, and the right is going to push more for criminal justice, like funding. No, like they both do the same thing. they both push. Like, look right now in California. Again, this is a very liberal state. Everybody knows that. Some of the props that are on our ballot for this year are to increase the budgets for our criminal justice system. And I'm sorry, but if it's been failing or at least missing the mark on like multiple occasions, then maybe rethink this. Definitely rethink this, because if you look at other places around the world that put less money on punishing criminals and more money into actually like making folks' lives better and giving them reasons to not commit crimes, they thrive way more than we are. But nobody wants to do that. So because we're so focused on punishment in America, and to me personally, I think that's wrong. I think that people should be at least given the opportunity to rehabilitate and not just throw them in a box for minor crimes. Even for some major crimes, some folks can still be rehabilitated. So, but it's the Willie Horton. Is it Willie Horton? Is that the guy's name? I'm remembering from back in the day. Remember that? The guy he was like work released and then he killed somebody.
Yeah. But here's my other thing too, because people always leave this part out of it. With the Innocent Project, there have been dozens, if not hundreds at this point, of proven innocent people, statistically, disproportionately black men that have been put in prison for things that they didn't do. And then when the state eventually sometimes releases them, this is what fucking burns my fucking ass hairs up. There's still not enough money,
resources,
and obviously you're not going to get those years back, but if you spend 25, 30 years of your life in prison for something that you didn't commit, motherfucker, you have won the goddamn lotto in terms of you could get a lotto fucking check, a super lotto check, in terms of the state unfairly locking you up for 25, 30 years. And then, based on some incredible pro bono lawyers and whatnot, proving that you didn't do it. Nah, motherfucker, hundreds of millions. You should all get all of the monies. All of it.
Yeah, I feel like Oprah should come to your house and be like, you get $1 million, you get $1 million. Like, yeah, I mean, like.
Hold on. I have a question real quick. Project, you have ass hair? What?
I mean, I the hair from his head went down to his ass. So
mine's a lot now.
One thing to add to that is that, like, we can. I mean, even just giving him the money, because multiple years of his life is taken away. It's like, how are we going to get a job? Nobody's going to want to, like. You don't have the skill set to get a job basically nowadays to be able to like even survive nowadays. But even if they got the money, they will need like other stuff on top of that. There's got to be some kind of counseling that needs to be in place. There needs to be like some kind of like financial management. Like if they get all this money, like what do you do? They're spending on nice houses, fancy cars, type shit. Like they need to understand, like, okay, now you have this wealth, like this, you got to do this to better your life. Like,
I'll just say this too, and people are really gonna hate me for this, and you shouldn't pay fucking taxes.
Yeah, honestly, I have no problem with that. I really don't. Yeah.
Higher government. Again, you don't know my level of fucking hatred for the government, especially if we're talking about locking up innocent people, and then they just release, here's a few $1,000s. Oops, nah, fuck you. You gonna pay super lotto money, and they ain't gonna pay no taxes on it. Give them all.
Yeah, and it also, what Blue said is like give them actual help, because just giving somebody all this money, is probably not going to help the situation, especially if you've been in jail for like 25 fucking years. 25 fucking years ago, the internet was dial-up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, in throwing somebody when the internet was dial-up, when they probably didn't have the internet to begin with, to today, and understanding how like all this shit works, like, no, there needs to be like a program to like really reintroduce them to society, plus make them never have to work a day in their goddamn life because they've worked basically a slave labor job for the past 25 fucking years, where they use their body to generate money, and that is a fact. So they should be getting paid all the money back, plus multiple times of that, and never have to work again. That's fucking bullshit. So yeah, I totally agree.
All right, damn, we have gone all kind of different directions.
So welcome to Blacker Than Black Time Social Justice.
Damn. Okay, where y'all want? There's so much fucking going on this goddamn week, and I know we didn't have Blue last week. Blue, is there something you want to start with?
Yeah, actually, I want to start off with something real quick. So, I mean, I know there was some PlayStation stuff that was going on.
We'll get there. Give me a second.
Also,
I'll get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off with some Meta stuff. So, Meta actually had their keynote called Connect, where they kind of went over a couple of things to be looking forward to coming from Meta, which is kind of cool, crazy because you think it's just a social media company. But they also do VR, so they mainly just focus on their VR, AR, mixed reality stuff. So one of the things they announced is that their Meta Quest 3, which is their VR headset or AR, it's VR with pass-through basically, which is it's still VR with AR. But anyways, they said that they're releasing the Meta Quest 3S, which is their cheaper version, which is going to be $299, and you can pre-order it today, and they're going to start shipping October 16th, I believe. They also brought up that their Meta Ray-Bans, they're actually going to release a new frame for them. They're going to have I thought this was pretty cool. They're going to have a clear frame where you actually can see like the mechanics of the Meta glasses, so you can see like the microchips and processors and all that stuff, which is really cool. But they actually had the director who did Kick-Ass and a couple other movies, he actually filmed on location at the Meta in Menlo Park's facilities, filmed kind of a mini movie, and John Cena was in it. Like John Cena showed up, and basically like they had like a bunch of stunt people like doing different stunts and stuff. It kind of reminiscent of what Google did. Remember when Google had the Google glasses and they had like the people jumping out of the airplane and parachuting and like riding their bikes into the facilities, and all that was caught on film. But their stuff was live. Like this was just stuff that was filmed with the Meta glasses, which was still pretty cool. But one of the features that they talked about was AI, like introducing AI into the Meta Ray-Bans, where like you can actually physically have a conversation with somebody of a different of a different language, and it will translate it in semi-real time and basically translate what they're saying into English or whatever language you wanted to translate to you. As the other person bringing Ray-Bans as well, you guys can literally have a conversation back and forth, and it will translate for you, which is and also pretty dope. But this is the thing that was like mind blowing to me. So they also talked about how their AI system, I think it's called Llama 3, how it's going to be integrated into like Facebook's like messaging. So they're going to have it so where like you could post up a video in your native language, and it will translate it into whatever language it needs to be translated to, and it would actually use your voice or like your accent and take your accent and translate it into that new language basically, and also make it so your lips in the video matches with what you're saying, which is pretty. They show like about 3 people like posting a video, and they did the translation, and it was like, yo, this is freaking creepy. But one other thing they had was for their AI, like their Meta's AI is going to have speaking capability. I think ChatGPT can do this now too, but like it'll be able to speak, and there's celebrity voices that you can use. John Cena was one of them. Aquafina was another person, and there was like 3 other. There was 3 other people, and I can't remember who they were, but yeah, they used Aquafina voice, and like Zuck like talked to the AI, and it responded with Aquafina's voice, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean the stuff they showed today was pretty neat. I was kind of impressed what they had today, and plus the team I'm working on. Oh, one of the cool things with the Ray-Bans, kind of jump back to that, is that they're partnering up with a company for helping like blind and like people with different disabilities, where like you can use the Ray-Bans, and say you're like looking at a menu and you need like help understanding what's on there. Like the Ray-Ban glasses can basically call somebody who can view what you're looking at and tell you and help you out, like making like choice decision, like, hey, right now you're looking at a birthday card from your grandson. Like it's really good for like elderlies, cool. Or even like some like reading the menu or like other different things. But I thought that was really cool. But like there was one guy who was an amputee, like he was missing like his left hand, and something that I can talk about it now. Something my team is working on is they're working on a wristband that goes around your wrist where a person with that's an amputee, doesn't have like their hands or whatever, can still make gestures with their hand, and the signals can be picked up in the wristband. So like in the virtual world, you basically have like your hand back in ways. But that was really cool. But they also
that's incredible.
Yeah, I mean that's something that my team has been working on. But it's like it's really cool that they can bring that feature back for people. But the thing that was like,
hold on, did you just call a hand a feature?
Well, for the feature for the VR AR reality. But they also announced kind of a prototype that's been working on called Orion, which is basically augmented reality glasses. So basically, they have their prototype. It makes me when I watch this, I'm like, yo, this is just Meta, like from Meta from the company in San Francisco. They're basically glasses that has. They're like eyeglasses, but they don't have lenses like a regular lens. They have they said it was like some silicone based magic basically, and like it uses projecting light to like basically there's like crystals inside of the lens where the light will bounce off of to give you like a hologram effect. So like you're literally looking at a hologram in front of you, and it can like change the depth of field of it and all that stuff. There's speakers in it. AI is integrated in it. Like you can make hand gestures, and like they were playing like ping pong with it. Like it was really, I mean, they just show other people using it. They didn't, like, you couldn't test it yourself. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but they're working toward it. And I think that's pretty fucking dope. And it only has 20 or 70 degree point of view. So it's not like a whole,
that's pretty narrow. Yeah.
Like 180, but like, it's still, I don't know, it's pretty cool to be honest. But yeah, like it was actually funny when Zuck was up there. I was like, he actually doesn't look like a robot right now. Like he looks like a person. That's what
that funny.
Into my head.
That means he's probably a robot then.
Yeah, he's probably is.
It's probably like next keynote is like Zuck last time he was a robot. So.
Well, I mean, he was pushing AI a lot, and that's exactly what a Terminator want to do. Yeah. What Skynet would want to do. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty cool, some cool, interesting stuff. But like the fact that the MetaQuest price dropped to $299, I think that's pretty decent. Because I think the
MetaQuest 3S, right?
Yeah, MetaQuest 3S, and I think the Pro is $499. Okay. And that one has 512 megabyte memory, I think it is, or the processor. It's memory. Where the cheaper one, it only has 218.
Okay. I gotta set up my PSVR 2 downstairs because it's been boxed up since I moved. But there's been plenty of new games that came out, and you can hook up like your PSVR 2 to your PC now. So,
that's right.
And I heard a lot of great things about the MetaQuest as well. So yeah, I mean VR. Obviously, if you rewind the tape, the videos, we have been like super evangelistic about evangelizing VR and AR from like a long time ago. And for me, I always said that like I think AR has a better application for like most people.
Yep.
And so I'm happy to see that like AR is now coming kind of more into the forefold. Don't get me wrong, I love VR, but I think that for like a lot of people, like putting in like this whole enclosing thing under your eyes and not be able to see shit outside of it is it's kind of weird. I like it, but AR is so much more useful for most people, especially like jobs. I remember like probably 7 years ago, maybe even more than that, of like going to the SVVR and like seeing the AR demonstrations of like they were showing like this. It was like for like plumbing, where like you can basically see like the flows of like the plumbing, and like it would give you like a tutorial on like where you need to like torque down these, these nuts and bolts, and like what you need to do next, and then also like doing like welding. You could do like virtual welding in AR. It was amazing. So I hope that that catches up to like the real world. I'm surprised it's taken this long, but they're very useful tools to use today. So
help me out for a quick second. because I want to make sure I don't mislead our audience. Was Pokemon Go considered AR or no? Or
no.
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, because you had to use like the camera to like fish the thing out. So it was sort of AR, but that's like I would call that like probably like one of the most rudimentary ARs, like kind of not ever, but it's very rudimentary.
You know, one thing that somebody told me is like the one thing that was completely AR is Snapchat, like their whole face feed, like filters and stuff like that. That's AR or augmented reality, like having cat ears and blah blah blah. Yeah.
We dropped Gold Ninja.
But I remember like back in the day, somebody created a Pac-Man game.
There we go.
Where like you basically like walk around the city like collecting like Pac-Man pellets, whatever the fuck they're called, and like you know you got the ghosts and stuff that will chase after you. But I saw something recently. Speaking of AR, I don't know if I mentioned on the podcast or I was talking to the Sweetness, but there's an app for Apple. What's their VR called? Vision. It's a Vision Pro, I think it's called.
Yeah.
But there's a game on there where basically it scans your house. You basically play a game where there's ghosts inside your fucking house. And, like you'd be walking around like your house, and all of a sudden like a ghost will pop up, and you have to like either run away from it or like try to kill it or something like that. Did I talk about that on the podcast?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, so like the ghost will like chase you around your house. Like say if you have like an island in your kitchen, like the system knows that there's an island there, so the ghost will like go around it. Like I mean, obviously the ghost can just go straight through it, but like it chases you down inside your house, and like if you go, actually it can go through walls, so why can't it go through the island? Doesn't make sense because like if you go into the hallway, the ghost will like fade through the walls and stuff like that, which is pretty crazy. But like I saw somebody playing, I was like, I could not play that game. Like nope, hell no. Like I would be scared in reality that I'm still playing a game or something. Like
not virtually, actual reality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But that would be fun to me, like a haunted house tour kind of experience.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, because like I played Paranormal Activity on my HTC Vive. I bought the game. I paid like $12.99 for it through Steam.
Yeah,
I played the game once and I couldn't play it again. That game is just too goddamn scary.
Yes, scary games in VR are fucking scary as shit.
Yeah, the difference with VR and AR is that VR you're immersed into that world, where AR the world is in your it's brought to your world. But when you're immersed in that world, like it's sometimes hard you can't tell the difference some of the times because you're so like captivated by the game that you think you're actually inside of this house and all the spooky stuff start happening. You're like, you know what? I can't just take these off.
And that's even on like the older
VR porn is so popular.
Yeah, VR porn is it's kind of amazing.
You know, they didn't talk about that in the Connect. Let me see.
I always heard, and I haven't played it in VR, but Resident Evil Biohazard or Resident Evil 7 in VR was one of the fucking shit your pants fucking scariest shits ever. And it was pretty intense, even first person, just on the regular PS4. So
wait, I thought that was third person.
No, not first.
Oh no, I'm thinking 4. Sorry, 4 is third person.
Yeah, you cannot do third person in VR. That would be so detaching.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
That'd be super weird. Can we talk about what Cronus alluded to? Or go ahead, Blue.
Well, no, I'm thinking about like how a third person view in VR would work. All I can think of is like if you're piloting a mech, but that's still you need to be inside of it.
The answer is porn.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the
in porn. It's still first. It's still first person in porn.
I guess first person, but I'm like better.
I still remember when was it Ella Darling?
Third person in porn is just it's cockholding.
Cockholding, yeah. I still remember when like the first time we met Ella Darling, and we were at a fucking bar, like outside. Well, it was still inside like the same area, but it's like outside SVVR.
Mm-hmm.
We met her. And she was like, "Yeah, check this out. I put on like this like cell phone style like VR goggles,
the old school,
and it was like literally like this chick that was like literally gaping. I was just like, huh, okay, I'm at a bar, ma'am. Like, what are we doing here?" I was like, man,
funny.
and they're eating cereal out of where? Okay, okay, and I am not exaggerating. So, yeah.
I forget that I follow 5-Star. 5-Star is a producer or director of adult entertainment, and she does a lot of the stuff that was happening at Kink VR or Kink Dungeon or whatever it's called.
It shut down, which was a shame because like the Kink like the whole. So I went there before for like the tour. It was fucking dope, and the fact that now they moved like to a different location is sad.
Well, yeah. So like I forget I follow her on Twitter, so a lot of times I'll be like scrolling through my feed and like. I'd be like, I wasn't prepared for that.
Oh, there's so many kidneys.
She does not do like the simple, everyday run of the mill adult entertainment.
No,
she does like the kinks,
hardcore. You know, let me see them kidneys.
Yeah,
literally.
All right. Oh, Ninja, where are we going? Where'd you want to
go? Oh, where you your intro?
My intro, yes.
MCU's TV show.
Yeah, so I'm watching Agatha All Along, which is on the MCU. I don't recommend watching this if you have not watched WandaVision, because it's like you're gonna be very confused if you don't watch the show. But I like it so far, but it's fucking random, and they have a song in the show. I think it's called "The Witch's Ballad." And it's basically it's kind of up there with the Witcher song, "Toss a Coin to Your Witcher."
Oh yeah.
Oh. It's up there with that. About that shit. Yeah. It's a very enjoyable song to hear. I like it so far. It's kind of a throwback. The show is kind of a throwback to the '90s, and there's like a lot of random shit going on in the show. Like I said, I can only recommend the show if you watch WandaVision. If you do not watch WandaVision and then you watch this show, it's gonna be totally fucking random. Like you're not gonna really understand what's. I mean, maybe I don't know. It's gonna seem more random than normal because like a lot of shit happens in the show.
It does. It's so it's only 2 episodes dropped. I'm gonna do the reverse.
3.
Oh yeah.
I watched the third one today.
I didn't watch the third one. I forgot the third. So I wasn't home yet.
Yeah.
The third one dropped tonight at 6 Pacific time, so 9:00 Eastern. I have not seen that third episode, but the first 2, I'm gonna say if you haven't seen Agatha, you can treat WandaVision as a prequel to the series because it literally picks up. It literally picks up where things were from WandaVision. Like, even though there's stuff that's happened in the MCU, this character missed it, and she knows that she missed a bunch of shit. So she wants to pick up where things were left off, and I think that's a pretty interesting. It was a good way to start. I didn't think they were going to go that route. However, there's actually an intro to this show that's like a 15, 20 minutes or whatever that's completely different. And if you've seen WandaVision, you know that things are off. And like when you're watching the show, you're like, there's something kind of weird going on. But it's still kind of cool because it starts off like fucking CSI, True Detective, fucking Law and Order kind of shit. And you're like, what the fuck's happening? And then certain things don't make sense. And then all of a sudden, like all hell, like kind of not all hell, but just like a fucking wrench is thrown into the whole thing. And you're thrown out into.
I saw the intro was a nod to that true crime show with the girl who played Rose in Titanic. What was her name?
Oh, Kate Winslet.
Yeah, it's HBO shows that she was on where she played a detective. Like it's almost like verbatim, like the scene where Agatha shows up to the crime scene.
Yeah, to me, it's like an amalgam of all of those true crime, those detective style. Because like there's a little bit of Fargo, a little bit of True Detective, CSI, Law and Order, like all that kind of shit. All in like it has like that grim kind of setup too, like dark tones and fucking deep music, and like when they're talking, like they're trying to bring her back to reality, and you're like, wait, this is reality? So it's monkey wrench and shit. There's a very interesting scene where Catherine Hahn is butt-ass naked. And, like, she's butt-ass naked. And, like, you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
so the
did
show,
Disney let them do this? And they sure did.
the show I was talking about is called Mayor of Easttown, and it actually has Evan Peters in it. If you didn't watch WandaVision, Evan Peters is in there as
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, right? Oh, you said okay, cool. Well, he reprised Quicksilver as he crosses universes.
Yeah, so Catherine Hahn is quote unquote naked in, Agatha All Along, but she's not. I mean, her hair is covering her titties, and like nothing is showing like below her waist, so she's quote unquote naked.
She's quote unquote naked, but they strategically hide her vagine. But there's like
and her boobs. So yeah,
her hair hides her boobs, but you see her ass. Yeah. They do show her ass full on. Like they don't cut away. Like she spins around the camera and takes off. I'm like, oh, that's her full ass right there.
So
it's because there's some people complaining, but they've done it before.
I mean, you're missing like all kinds of other shit in the show.
Because I don't want to give too much away. So.
I will just say that there is huge, big witch energy between Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza. So, yeah, there's that. Which is
girl so fine.
I know why she looks fine to you, Blue. She anyway. No, I mean Aubrey Plaza looks very similar to Blue's actual wife. So, yeah. If you look them up together, don't look her up. Everybody on the podcast knows who the fuck she is. So they look similar, and similar like deliveries of like everything. The very deadpan deliveries of stuff. But yeah, I thought that was like a really cool dynamic in the show. And like the whole, I think that every episode in the show is going to be kind of different because of how they set it up with, WandaVision of like being kind of like an alternate reality. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this show goes because they kind of have like freedom to do whatever because if reality is already kind of fucked up, then why not just do whatever you want? So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. I enjoyed episode 3, which dropped today. There's some really funny moments and some really like fucked up moments in the show that dropped today. So, I like it. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. You can say you don't like it. I'm not gonna be offended. I don't give a shit. I like the show, so I'm gonna keep watching it. Hopefully on every Wednesday if I get a chance. If not, every Thursday. So yeah, I like it.
Right, Prodigy, you never watched WandaVision, huh?
He tried and he quit because she didn't have food to do.
No, that's not true. I did finish it. No, it wasn't my cup of tea at all. I don't know.
Prodigy, you don't even fucking drink tea.
Yeah, no. What are you talking about?
You what?
I drink a lot of tea. What are you talking about?
What kind of tea you drink?
Black tea, oolong, green tea.
All right.
Really
oolong. Drink that oolong.
Yeah.
For that throat.
Yeah. WandaVision just. I did finish it eventually. It bothered me, I guess, because Wanda's not doing a whole lot of hero stuff in it at all. That just irked me.
Well, I mean, she was a villain in the.
Yeah, she was definitely a villain. She was a villain the whole time. And to me, a non-redeemable villain for the most part. But it just wasn't my show. I didn't fuck with it at all.
Because she was a woman? Is that what you're saying here?
Not at all. It just
is that what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like WandaVision was more like her. She was literally grieving the entire time, and so it was just her trying to deal with the death of Vision. And
well, I mean, the show really kind of talk about how powerful she is. I mean, the woman literally worked reality for this whole entire town. Like she even.
Yeah, she did.
Changed people to black and white.
But she couldn't.
She did, but she used her power to hurt innocent people. I mean, let's not mix words about it.
I mean, she's a witch.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, if this one as a spinoff is decent, then it's decent. If you guys like it, good.
Yeah, it's kind of weird trying to describe it to other people because I'm trying to say it's like a dark. To me, it gives me dark comedy vibes, like dark comedy fantasy vibes, I guess. That's the best way I can describe it. That's the way it feels. They do some dark shit in this.
I'll say this too. I mean, Aubrey Plaza was fucking amazing in, what was it, Parks and Rec? with fucking badass Star-Lord
and Legion.
And
oh yeah, Legion, she was good too.
Oh
yeah. So I do like her. She's pretty good.
You know, I hope they bring back the Agatha All Along song, because during WandaVision, that song like blew up. Like there was trap music version, there was like
the song that I sang in the beginning. I didn't sing. I said, because I don't fucking really sing. I'm a terrible singer. But the down the road, down the witch's road, that's gonna blow up. It probably already has. So yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been. I don't use TikTok, so I have no idea. But Agatha All Along, Blue is right. They had like a drill beat, a trap beat, a fucking swing beat. They had like a fucking. Did they have an R&B one? They probably did have R&B. There's definitely rap. There's all other rap versions. I think they had a Cali rap version. Just crazy shit, or what they call West Coast, the West Coast version. There you go. So, we'll see. Right. I'm enjoying the show. I need to see episode 3. So it sounds like episode 3 is another banger. So I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed the show. The first.
Oh, you watched it too?
I watched the show. I watched both. I haven't watched today's. I watched today's episode yet. But the first episode was a little bit on the slow side, but like the second episode got a little bit more intense. Where with her trying to find like other witches to join her coven, and like the fact that she like wakes up and stuff like that was really cool. But then we got the sisters, the witches that are like coming out to kill her, and like that scene was a little bit on the frightening side, because it reminded me of God, I can't think of the name of the movie right now. It reminded me of some like an old school movie, and like it kind of a little bit on the frightening side. But I know I've seen people talk about that the kid in there might be one of Wanda's sons. What's his name? The one that has similar powers as Wanda.
Is it Wiccan?
So the guy doesn't have a name yet, but I'm pretty sure it's Blackheart. This is my hot take.
He could be Wiccan.
Maybe.
I've heard if people say he could be Nightmare. I don't know.
No, it's It's going to be one of Wanda's kids, because you know how like Disney's pushing the whole like young American Justice, or not young,
or Young Avengers.
Young Avengers, yeah. So they're saying is it Billy? No, it's Billy. What's her son's name that has the similar powers as her?
I'm pretty sure
the other one can run fast.
Oh yeah,
Quicksilver.
No.
I gotta look him up. I think.
Yeah, just look at Wanda's kids. But one of her kids, he goes by Wiccan, and the other one, I forgot his name. He's basically like Quicksilver. But yeah, I know.
Isn't Wiccan? He's gay though, right?
Yeah.
Because he marries like the scroll. I think it's a scroll guy.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Billy. It's Billy Maximoff is his name. But the people are saying that that character might be him, because he can't say his name, and like when he tried to like talk about his past, Wanda can't, not Wanda, Agatha can't hear him. But I don't know.
There's also a way less known character of Nicholas Scratch, who is the actual son of Agatha Harkness, but I doubt they're gonna go that direction. So.
Oh yeah, because that's the what that kid's room was, right? The one that when she was in the detective world, like her son in there was named Nick. But then I also saw that rabbit might be her son. He might have been transformed into a rabbit in some form or manner. I'm
sticking with Blackheart, even though I know all the other things. But yeah, it'd be cool if it was Blackheart, because everybody wants to have Mephisto in the MCU in some sort of way, and getting Blackheart in there is the easiest way, I guess, to do that. So yeah.
I want to kind of veer a little bit, keep with the MCU. Did y'all see this Thunderbolts trailer?
I did. Yeah, I liked it.
What's y'all's first impressions of this Thunderbolts trailer?
They showed.
I did watch it. My bad.
Secret. Actually, no, it's not even Secret. Sentry was probably in the. He was in the trailer, and folks probably didn't even understand that the guy that had like. The guy, I think his name was Bob, and he had like the bullet holes in his fucking robe or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's the Sentry, and that's one of the most powerful MCU characters. So yeah, it's like Superman level of power. So yeah, I thought it was kind of cool, and like seeing I got a thing for that actress. What's her name?
Florence Pugh.
Yeah, kind of weird.
She's really cute.
She is. Cute. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool seeing them and like getting together. It's like the villains Avengers, sort of. So yeah,
this Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Suicide
Squad.
Yeah,
very Suicide Squad.
That's the impression I got too.
Yeah.
Especially with them being like trapped in that room. It's like, oh, okay, fucking what's name's gonna come walking out? Amanda Waller. She's gonna come walking out of the room.
Oh yeah. Their version of Amanda Waller is Valentina.
Elaine.
Who we've seen.
Oh yeah,
who we've
right.
seen before.
The two folks. I will say this. I do not give a single solitary shit about Black Widow's sister or the drunk Russian dad. Like, they didn't work for me at all in the Black Widow movie. And so bringing them back, I was just like, oh, God damn it. Here we are again with them. But other than that, everything else is okay-ish. And it didn't like get me hyped. I mean,
we also get Taskmaster.
I mean, that's again for Black Widow that just didn't work at all for me at all. So any of the non-Black Widow characters, sure, a little bit, but I wasn't hyped. It didn't like get me fucking going or whatever. And I mean, I've seen Bucky in so much shit. To me, the most badass Bucky has ever been was Winter Soldier. And I've never seen him kind of return to form of that level of badassery, obviously under mind control and all that other shit. But it was just kind of a shrug for me.
I didn't wait. Taskmaster was in the trailer. Which one?
Taskmaster has a different mask. So Ghost is the one that phased through, and Taskmaster is the one that threw the knife.
Ghost is from Ant-Man, right?
Ant-Man, yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah, but then we also got the knockoff Captain America too, right? He's in there.
U.S. agent.
Yep.
Yeah.
From Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That guy's got a fucked up looking face. Like
he looks like his dad.
It's Smash.
He looks like his dad. Looks exactly
like his real dad.
Yeah, his real dad's Kurt Russell.
Oh really?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's funny. So that just tells me that you guys aren't watching Monarch, which is actually a pretty good fucking show. Where in Monarch, Wyatt Russell, the son, plays the younger version of Kurt Russell's character. So the show takes place during between World War II and present day, and about their discovery of monsters like Godzilla, King Kong, and they're in between that kind of. So it's basically like the creation of Monarch, the company that tracks all the monsters and tries to hunt them down or keep them like on track or whatever. So like Wyatt's version is the young version that basically starts it all, and then like Kurt Russell's the older version who like saw some shit basically. So
okay,
it's a pretty decent show. It's on Apple TV. Pretty good.
The one new, it's not fucking a new show, but it's a new show to streaming that I want to bring up is Gangs of London. This shit was an AMC show, I guess, that Netflix started getting the rights to or whatever, or has at least 2 seasons on there. This shit is just fucking action-packed gangster shit all the way around with every single... I didn't know Albanians had gangsters before this. I had no idea Albania had gangsters. I barely knew where Albania was on a fucking map. Clearly, the Albanian gangsters are in London are fucking notorious, I guess. So are the fucking Nigerians. There's a lot of actors that I just wasn't very familiar with in this shit, but all the way around, this shit goes hard as shit from the very fucking first episode. You got some undercover work with a detective and just serious ass gangs investigating really a mob boss that gets killed right early on, and his son looking for the fucking killer. I think Stitch is like gone all the way past it to season 2 already. I'm on like midway through season 1. There's fucking a whole bunch of Rainbow Six style action scenes where you're fucking breaching and C4 is going on and peeking down windows and rappelling and all that shit. It's just it's like some John Wick level fucking action, but with gangster shit. So I couldn't recommend it stronger. I don't think there's anybody who's going to hate it. It's just fucking fun.
It's called
and each episode
Gangs
you're going to be like, each fucking episode you're going to be like, God damn, this felt like a movie.
So I don't know if you've seen it. If that shit is like what Rainbow Six, then I got to say the Linus Spec Ops is kind of like Ghost Recon. Mm-hmm. That shit felt like a movie. That had like a star-studded cast. You got Morgan Freeman, Nicole Kidman, Zoe Saldana. I can't remember. There's like one or two more, and like they're doing like, I guess current day terrorist infiltration shit, and like shit gets sidetracked when like they found out terrorist groups are trying to come through the U.S. through cartels. So you got to do some shit in like small town USA, like Texas and California, where they're doing breach and clear, fucking drone strikes, fucking urban warfare type shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck? They get this the first character, she's a Latina who has to pose as a Middle Eastern woman. So they have to teach her, I guess because she's part Middle Eastern, but they have to teach her like an Arabic language, I think Farsi or Punjabi, like very quickly. They teach her like anti-terrorist techniques, which goes pretty hard. I'm like, holy shit, that shit felt like a movie. Like the first season, I think is like 8 episodes maybe, and the season 2 starts the end of next month, end of October. I didn't even know they were doing the season 2. That shit went so hard. I thought the first season did it all, and now I'm seeing the trailers for season 2 starting October 27th. I'm like, holy shit, they did it part 2. Oh, Morgan Freeman, that was the other one. Morgan Freeman's in it.
Yeah.
There you go.
You get living right down.
So you were saying that basically you busted on season 1, and they were like, "Hey, I got this rhino dick pill."
Yeah,
season 2.
I was like, I'm not ready, dude. I'm drinking my water now, getting ready, getting hydrated.
Buying more baby oil.
No, that's straight Afroglide. Fuck the baby oil.
Oh man. Oh, so we know where you're going. All right.
Yeah,
sir.
Oh yeah.
That name in a while.
Yeah.
Gotta get ready.
But does the hard-boiled egg crack in your ass? That's the test, right? For
no, so the real test is when you take the shell off and just put the egg in. That's hard boiled. That's the real test.
Oh shit. Okay.
People are not understanding these references, but look it up. Hard-boiled eggs, quote unquote gangster shit. I would just say rapey gay shit, but
Sounds like some P Diddy shit.
And I'm not saying gay disparagingly. I'm saying that's like rapey shit. That's the disparaging part of like rapey dudes that were doing things to people that were quite famous and singers.
Gerbils.
Maybe that's why they sing falsetto. I don't know.
Ooh, goddamn.
God damn.
Ghost of Tsushima's getting a sequel.
That's a layered joke.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. Yes, it's Ghost of Yotei. There's an accent to it. I think it's Yotei.
I saw it. I think it's pronounced Totie with the T. I don't know.
With a
I've
Y?
heard one person say it's like I've heard one person say it in like the reveal at the end. There's someone says it in there's a reviewer. They said it in English. I was like, oh, that's how you say it. Now I forgot, but whatever.
So it's Ghost of somewhere in Japan. So apparently we're too I forgot the name of it. What's the name of like the Outsiders?
Kaiju? Mongols?
No. Blue was close.
Mongolians?
Blue was close.
God, I slipped my mind.
Blue should know. We should both know this. I'm just because I'm watching a fucking anime. Something with a G.
Oh.
Somebody's getting so mad. Listen to
Born
or
something.
Yeah.
But yeah, this. I mean, first of all, Sucker Punch knocked it out of the fucking park. Even though I will freely admit, and Domino's gonna fucking go crazy in the goddamn chat, I still have not played the single player campaign for Ghost of Tsushima. Even though I went so fucking hard on the multiplayer and the raids and all that.
Disconnect your mic, turn off your fucking camera, go fucking turn that shit off now. Do not return until you finish the fucking game. Get the fuck out of here.
I need to play it. Dude, I love that. I love the fucking multiplayer on that game. But Sucker Punch knocked it out of the fucking park. I love the fact that we all thought it was just going to be a single player game. And like it released and they said like, I don't know, a week or two later, they were just like, oh yeah, here's some excellent fucking multiplayer. Some of the best multiplayer we've done on a first-party PlayStation game ever. Here you go. It's free. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was brilliant.
Yeah, and also a couple months later, here's a whole new DLC with like a whole different island.
Yep.
I think it was Iki Island. Yeah, that shit was
Yep.
dope. I'm like, good. I want to kill more of the Mongols. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And here's a free PlayStation 5 upgrade, of course, too. So like, just to make it look pretty. It just Sucker Punch just really brought it on this one. I'm excited about this game coming out 2025, built for the PS5. It's going to look fucking gorgeous because you can already tell from the little trailer that they had at State of Play. But yeah, I mean, this is what we've been fucking waiting for. I think it's 300 years in the future. I forget the name of the female protagonist. What's her name? Do you guys remember?
I didn't catch it.
I don't think they gave her a name, did they?
I didn't think they said her name.
I don't think they gave them a name.
There is something I need to say out loud.
Oh, Atsu. That's her name. ATSU. Atsu.
Okay. So, unfortunately, my older gentleman, I think that these are some of the last games for the PS5.
Oh, yeah.
And this is kind of crazy.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the PS4 has been around for 4 years now. So they announced the PS5 Pro. Yes, I get that. But I feel like by 2027, we should have a PS6.
Correct.
So
I don't know if y'all remember when there's those big ass hacks in the last few years. 2 years ago, there's big ass hacks with some of the companies, including was it Sucker Punch that got hit or no?
Sony.
No, what was the one? What's the first party Sony?
Monica?
Insomniac. Or was it Insomniac? Yeah, Insomniac got hit.
For Wolverine. Yeah.
Yes, and then also on the Xbox side, they were hit too. So they both released early fucking talks and plans of both the PS6 as well as the next Xbox. Like they're already talking about a potential 2026 release. Like December 2026, we could see the first next gen console.
Honestly, this is traditionally over the past like 3 generations. At the end of the console generations, you get some of the best goddamn games.
Oh yeah, every time.
So,
every time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I wasn't saying it as like kind of like a downer. It does kind of suck that it's like I'm only saying it as like a downer as far as like time passing. Yeah. Because time passing when you're in your fucking mid to late 40s hits you a little differently. So
I mean, the PS4 was out for 7 years before the PS5 came out, and we're already like 4 years.
Yeah, 2027 will be the 7th year of the PS5.
Yeah, it's almost like I calculated it.
And then also look how long it was between PS3 to PS4.
Yeah,
that was that like almost 10 years?
No. About 6 to 7 years. Like, that's a generation. Like,
So yeah, I mean, games are already being developed for the next generation, which is fine because I'll get them. I guess while we're talking about games, I need to address the PS5 Pro and the PS5, or I'm sorry, the PlayStation 30th anniversary like lineup. Sony, you done fucked up, like horribly bad. I will start with the PS5 Pro. So the PS5 Pro has a lot of technical innovations, not really innovations, just like
power.
Just like it has additional power, which I get. Yes, it has additional power, which is good. But once they said so basically the one of the main problems that I had with like the PS5 is that we had to pick between like performance and fidelity, which is weird, like frame rate or graphical intensity, but which was weird. I usually don't really care. I guess depending on the game. If it's an action game, I'll probably put it in like 120 hertz if your TV can sustain that. Mine can, and it's in 4K, so it's fine. But having to switch between was something very weird, and having the whole like very strange, like we're not going to name these things like the certain names through certain games, like performance or fidelity or FPS or whatever. They got the wording's kind of weird. Even in the new like PS5 Pro, they're calling it the Pro mode or some other mode or whatever. Like they need to pick a fucking name and just stick with it. Make it uniform, please. And the main thing for me with the PS5 Pro, I was going to get one. I probably still am. But the problem is,
you sound defeated. You're like, fuck, I have to get one, but fuck them.
Well, because I need another PS5.
Yeah, okay.
So for like downstairs. But the problem is that they put it as digital only. And yes, it's 2 terabytes.
Oh, yeah.
But I have a fucking ton of PS5 games on disc.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost the vast majority, I would say like probably 80% of my games on PS5 are on disc. So I have to pay an extra like $80 to get, this the disc version, like the add-on disc version. So I'd like modify my PS5 Pro to do this. So I was like thinking, that sucks. But also I knew that the PlayStation was going to do the 30th anniversary thing. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Perfect opportunity for them to drop the the PS5 30th anniversary of PlayStation limited edition console with the disc drive on there, because it's a totally different. It looks different. It has like the old school like grayish looking PS1, which is cool. But did they bundle that all together? No. Like I literally, Sony, I would have paid you $1,000 fucking for this console if you would have put the goddamn disc drive on there with the same color as the old PS1 thing. But they didn't do that. And the problem is that yes, you can buy the disc like extension thing on there that looks like it belongs on it, but it's not the same fucking color. It's fucking white,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's white. It's not the old school gray. I'm like, how did you guys miss this shit? Like seriously, Sony, what the fuck? Can you please?
Go
ahead.
I'll tell you how it was fucking around and wasted $400 million on goddamn console.
Trying to get their money back. Like damn.
Yeah. So what the thing is weird? What's weird to me is I guess there's that third party company that let players have different colored PS5s. And then when the PS5 launched, Sony came after them.
Oh, that's D-brand. D-brand.
Yeah, they tried to cease and desist. I'm like, why?
No.
Why let players have
so yes, but no. Like D-brand and no other company made the attachment disc drive color.
Oh yeah, no.
So this is not the problem, Ninja. The problem is this is 100% Sony of them not understanding that like people still use disc drives. And if you're gonna have a pro version of something, make it the actual pro version, which is like all the bells and whistles, which includes the physical disc drive.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I know that Sony's been notorious about like alterations to their consoles. Like, but they usually don't do, like I said, like the coloring and stuff. And like when it comes to disc drives, it feels like they're really trying to push
that's a different argument. That's a totally different argument. Like and because Sony's they're dropping different colors of their, which they have some really cool ones coming out, but they're not the disc ones, which is bothering me. Like I get you with like the modification of like the thing, but it has nothing to do with like the actual disc drive.
Well, let's be perfectly real with this. I mean, this is not by accident with Sony. They want you to do as much purchasing on their, digital purchasing on their network or their store as fucking possible. And over time, go way back to the PS3 era up until today, it's slowly and steadily started to work. Like the percentage of people who buy all of their games digitally has drastically increased every single generation.
Okay. Like, can we rewind the tape a little bit? Prodigy. Back when the Xbox One got announced. Remember how bad Sony trolled fucking Microsoft with the whole, how do you share a game with Sony? Yep. You just give them the disc.
I remember.
Like, I remember, like, that was one of the reasons why I did not get an Xbox Series X from the jump. I have one now, but it's only for like 2, maybe 3 games. Yep. But yeah, like go back to like I want. Actually, I need to look at like maybe I could be the wrong one. Okay, I'm getting older. I like having physical shit. I understand that's might be out of fashion. But show me like the data, like what the sales records are for the disc version of the PS5 and the digital version. Yep. Like, and which one sold out the fastest? Because I remember when I was trying to buy my PS5, the disc version, I could have got the digital version easy as fuck. Yeah, the disc version was so fucking hard to get.
You're absolutely right, especially at that launch time. But I'll give you a quick example of the game of the year last year was, again, the bisexual bear fucking game, and that does not have a physical release.
Yeah, that's why
it's fucked up. I get it. I would have bought the disc, but I wanted to play the game, and it was just like, hey, you go to the store and purchase it. That's how you get it. know.
And I'll give some credit because I know the PS5 Pro has a 2 terabyte hard drive. But still, like, you're still alienating people that bought all these games on disc. And there's no current program from Sony that can make my physical purchases digital.
Yeah.
And that's a huge problem.
I mean, they kind of did it for if you bought like the PS4 version of a game, like I think Horizon Zero Dawn, if you bought bought it for the PS4, you could download it from the PS5.
Nope. You did not go through this whole thing. Yes, it was the case, but you had to have the actual drive. And guess what you needed? The fucking disc drive on your PS5 to do that.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah, because it will not let you upgrade.
It won't play without the disc.
Yeah, I remember. So I knew people that got it day one, and they had all these games that had free. You had a time limit. You had 30 days or 2 weeks in some cases to upgrade your shit, but you needed to have bought the game via disc first in order to get the upgrade.
Okay, so I don't know if there's a time limit because anytime I put in any disc version of my PS4 or PS5 games, or probably PS4 games, it gives me the option do you want to download the PS5 version or not?
Does it still do that?
Yes.
I heard
there's not been a time limit. No.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember one of the benefits of buying the PS4 version was that it was $10 cheaper than the PS5 version.
I did that with Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West. Yeah, that was another misstep by Sony, but whatever.
Yeah, no, they've had some fucking missteps. Again,
Borderlands 3 was that way too. Borderlands 3, you could play it on the.
Yeah, I remember some of the PS4s literally on the cover. It says, free PS5 upgrade. If you bought the disc, oh, shit. That's cool.
That was I got to give credit where credit's due, though, in terms of the step from one generation to the next. It's great that so many of the late PS4 games got that upgrade. Like, Doom Eternal was another one.
Yeah.
It's just free, and it was like, oh, great. This game that I already fucking love looks even better right now.
And now look at what they're doing. They're releasing the PS5 versions of the game, the upscaled ones, like the Last of Us is getting even though it's already been re-released for the PS5, they're getting another re-release. I'm like, bro, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
So with the PS5 external disc drive, or I guess it's just a disc drive because it actually attaches to the console.
Yeah,
it's available now, right? You can do it on regular.
Yes, you can make your digital PS5 into the disc version, but the problem is I haven't looked it up, but I know that people are going to start buying them all up.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is, even if you buy them all up, I am not going to buy the PS5 Pro and then buy the disc drive, knowing that the disc drive is a different fucking. This is how petty I am. I'm not going to buy the. It's gonna be 2 different colors. I'm gonna look like some fucking asshole that's driving around with a car with 2 different fucking doors, 2 different color doors. I'm not, even though nobody's gonna fucking see it, but I'm gonna know. I'm just saying, I'm gonna know.
Riding on them donuts.
Yeah,
it's only available for the Slim, so I don't think you can do it on the first gen PS5. Because I'm on the Sony's website right now for PlayStation. It says that it's only for the Slim.
Well, so maybe it's sold out, but I know that there is a version of the current disc drive that will attach to the PS5 Pro.
Maybe I just.
Oh no! It is a slim version because the slim version has the line down the middle, right? Yeah. So it is it is a slim. So that one will work in the PS5 Pro. I was looking at mine because I already have the disc version, so I don't need it. And I also think it's kind of fucking. I also think it's kind of fucking weird that you need to buy like an extra attachment to like make it vertical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like what the fuck?
Wait, it can't stand up by itself.
I mean, it probably could, but
I think it'd tip over eventually.
I mean, in an earthquake, maybe. I mean, I'm looking at my PS5, and it'll stand up on its own, but it's like,
it's $80 for the drive. Holy shit!
Yeah,
none of this is cheap. Like,
so it makes the the PS5 Pro like disc version around $1,000.
Yeah,
with taxes. So that's all I was saying. Like if they would offer the the 30th anniversary edition disc version for $1,000, I would have bought it easily.
It looks cool as fuck. I will definitely admit that.
They even have a 30th anniversary. They even have a PS1 version of the PlayStation Portal, the Edge controller, the DualShock 4 controller, and the Slim and the old. Like they all look cool, but like you need the disc version, man. Like I feel like I'm showing my age here though, because what's funny? I was talking to my I was going through physical therapy today, and she was talking about how she was watching like some movie, like one of her favorite movies of all time was like some movie she used to watch in her car. And she's like, remember like when you used to watch TV like in your car? And I was like, ma'am, how old do you think I am? And she's like, I know how old you are, because obviously she knows how old, like my medical record, so she has it. I was like, yeah, like we didn't have that shit.
Like we sat on a couch or something.
Yeah, I had to explain like radio stations and TV stations to like my daughter,
Holy shit! I just realized something.
Where FM was exotic.
Yeah, no, and then AM was like your parent shit.
Yeah,
I'll talk radio. Why are you listening to Rush Limbaugh though, bro?
That's terrible.
I used to for a bit. I was listening to AM radio. I was listening to like 1080 or like KQED or
KQED.
something on there.
I would listen to one of the greatest comedians of all time that doesn't get enough credit is a guy named Phil Hendry. I used to listen to that dude a lot. I'm pretty sure he was on AM. Yeah.
I was going to say, on that note, I just realized after Cronus' statement, but now there's a generation of kids that have watched movies and TV shows on their phone.
Yeah.
So they're going to grow up that way. Like they're going to be talking about, I used to watch this when I was like, in the car. Or
Ninja, hold on, no. Let me fuck you up right now. There's a whole generation of adults that don't own TVs.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that. Because
and who have never used a landline.
Yeah.
Yes, that one. So I know it's funny because if you have like here in the Bay, there's we have Comcast Xfinity. I think you guys have Cox. You have Cox or Spectrum or some shit down there.
So I unfortunately have Cox, and I'm waiting for Wired to like come through because I literally I got my whole so I live in like a complex, and I got Wired to come out, and like I got them to talk to the HOA to like install Wired here because it's like it's a gig up and down.
Yeah.
Because Comcast is like it's a gig down, but like 100 meg up, which is like really shitty. So like sometimes when you see like the shitty quality with the podcast, it's not my fault. It's fucking Cox. But yeah, I contacted them. They came through and actually installed a line from like my house, like probably like 4 months ago or 5 months ago, probably more than that. And I'm still waiting for them to connect to like the actual like rest of the network.
God damn.
Because I went over my fucking limit this month for my.
Oh no.
Yeah, because I used I went over like 1.2 terabytes. I'm just
you do unlimited. Fuck that.
It's fucking bullshit.
But anyway, what I was saying, like those companies, I don't know about Spectrum, but at least Comcast, they offer a landline. Or actually, no, they cut the landline. Now it's mobile.
Yeah.
So
Comcast now do a mobile landline. No, they still have the landline. I just cut mine. I didn't need any more.
What they're pushing now is the landline. If you bundle your landline, your internet and your cable together, they give you like a discount. Yeah. So they want to give you like, and it's like some of the latest phones, like an iPhone and the Samsung 24S or whatever Ultras. They try to bundle you in with that shit. It's pretty funny to me. I'm like, oh,
they got the Super Saiyan iPhone now.
Mm-hmm.
Super Saiyan.
The Super Saiyan iPhone, so the Ultra.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I mean, it's every year. So.
And I know, rightly so, we were shitting on Sony. I will give one silver lining. A game that I've been looking to play, that Dead Space remake, is on PS Plus for this month. And I'm fucking happy because not every month do they have good games per se, or games that are very popular. Let's put it that way. But
yeah, no, honestly, I'm glad you said that. But there's a really weird thing with PSN Plus. So I would say 4 years ago, PlayStation Plus, you got 3 games a month.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not the case today.
No.
They're dropping 20 fucking games a month. And it's randomly throughout the month. So people complain about the one drop they announce, but then a couple days later they announce more shit, and it's because there's tiers of PSN Plus now. I get the highest tier because I'm fucking lazy. I'm just I just want to play whatever. But yeah, usually for the past couple of months, it's been their main drop has been kind of boring.
Yep.
So, but it's also still worth it to get their service. There's a lot of really good games on there, especially their whole back catalog.
Oh yeah,
it's extensive.
Absolutely.
And we had nothing like this.
First party game.
Yeah, it's way better than fucking Blockbuster. I'm just saying.
God dang. Yeah, it's weird because the weird thing is there's Game Pass has EA Play, and also now what is it, the fucking Ubisoft Plus or whatever the fuck. So they have Dead Space on there, but it's 2 versions. So there's the original version and then the remake is both on there. I'm like, why would you want to play the original? Yeah,
it's the old school one from the 09 or whatever, right?
Yes, so that's on there, but also the remake is on there. Cool. So I'm like, why would you want to do that? I mean, I guess you could for nostalgic reasons or something, but they're both on there. Why not just do the new one? It's just weird to me that they got both on there, but it's just funny.
Yeah, whatever fucking works, man.
I guess it's cool that you can play it. I guess there might be some subtle differences between the two, but I don't know if they're super major, but it's funny that they're both there. So
look, I mean, speaking of just kind of horror games, I'm amazed as fuck. Allegedly, we're going to actually see a remastering of Silent Hill 2, which people have been waiting since, I don't know, 15, 20 years now. I can't remember how long it was.
I never played the Silent Hill games. Even though I'm a fan of the horror games. I have rewind. I have played it. I didn't really like the first one too much.
Yeah, the whole thing about I couldn't walk and shoot. Even though I know that they fixed it by now, but I think the last horror game that I actually really enjoyed was Parasite Eve.
Oh yeah,
really?
That was PlayStation era, so that obviously dates me. But yeah.
Would you consider Control to be a horror game?
No, not really. There's not a lot of jump scares. So
what about Doom?
Doom has horror elements.
Well, so here's what I would consider a real horror game is when you don't have enough resources to really defend yourself pretty much at all times.
That makes sense.
Survival horror then.
Yeah, yeah. And in Doom, I felt like a god.
Mm-hmm.
Where I could just rip a demon's dick off, shove it down his throat, and then make him blow up. So yeah, while listening to metal, that was great.
Mm-hmm. That got more and more.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be the Silent Hill 2 will be somewhere on the level of excellent of Resident Evil remakes of late, especially Resident Evil 4. But we will see.
Shit, I still haven't played more Resident. So you know what? I'll talk about it on my outro. But yeah, I gotta ask Project a question.
Go ahead.
Did you see the Monster Hunter Wilds trailer that they dropped? I think yesterday or today.
I did.
Holy shit, that shit looks intense. This new fucking monster and shit. Holy shit.
I will give full credit. You got me into Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. I loved that fucking time. It was a great game. Both of them, really. I mean, the other one was kind of DLC, but whatever. I've been itching to get back into Monster Hunter, but I couldn't get into whatever the one that was started on with cats.
Right or not Sunbreak's the DLC, but I don't know what you're talking about. Right.
Yeah, whatever the one.
Yeah.
It started on the Switch, and then it came to PlayStation.
Yeah, eventually. I know. Yeah, it is. It's on both, but I can't either. I couldn't. I tried.
Yeah. So I'm itching to get into Monster Hunter. I mean, the amazing thing to me is that Capcom has this long ass fucking history, and Monster Hunter is their highest selling franchise. Like,
yeah,
you would think Street Fighter, or Devil May Cry, or Resident Evil, and it's like, nah, Monster Hunter just bodies all of that.
Well, I mean, popularity. Well, because it was a very Japanese game before. Like it didn't become popular in America until like kind of recently. So people forget that like there's a lot of like games that are played in other countries that are very popular that are not popular here. Only recently have these games been like given like a real world appeal. I'll give a really good example. Like if you're old enough, if you ever played Mario Brothers 2, that is not a Mario Brothers game.
Yep.
It's called Doki Doki Panic. That was a Japanese game. They just adapted to be Mario. They just changed some of the sprites. There's a lot of games that are like that, where they just like modified it to fit a Western existing genre. So
but that was the interesting thing though with World. Again, very first Monster Hunter game I had ever fucking played, and Old Ninja kind of had to explain the mechanics and rules to me. It's still extra Japanese, and I mean mechanics like you've never seen in any other fucking game. That you have to like have someone explain to you or watch some YouTubes or whatever. They did, to me, and obviously you played it some of the other previous games or whatever, Old Ninja, but to me they didn't westernize it very much. It doesn't play like a traditional even JRPG that you've seen in here that's gotten popular, like even a Final Fantasy or whatever. It was its own thing and still extra Japanese.
Yeah, what's even funnier is that if you play the previous fucking Monster Hunters, you'll be like, holy shit, how did people even like play this game? Like how like it's so cumbersome. When you play Monster Hunter World, it was like literally the best version of Monster Hunter that we got. Like super fucking, it was super immersive. The controls are way more fluid than the like I don't know 6-7 other iterations before, and it's just fucking crazy shit. Like, and the one thing is they never sacrificed their multiplayer. I feel like they doubled down on how good their multiplayer is, because some games will reduce shit, take it from 4 players to 2 to 3. Like what the fuck? So they just did a really good job of just like listening to. I mean, it did take a while, but fans were complaining, "Hey, we want to do this. We want to be able to do this," and they listened after time, and we got what we wanted with Monster Hunter World, because that was a huge hit for them. That was a huge fucking hit for Capcom, and they're looking at another one based on what they keep showing their little showcases. Based on what I've seen, this looks like there's gonna be another banger coming out like literally in 4 months. It's gonna be fucking.
Wait. So
February.
Oh shit! Really?
Comes out in February, early fucking 2025. So everyone's all hyped. So the trailer that showed the very end shows release date. It's like February 25th or some shit.
Yeah, man.
I was like, "Fuck, dude!" I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm on it."
I gotta clear my calendar in February and shit.
Mm-hmm.
For SF Beer Week, we going together? Let's go.
Oh yeah, of course we're going. What you talking about? I'm bringing people this year again.
I can take time off.
Is that the second week or third week in February?
Let me look, because it changes from time to time. It's usually around the Super Bowl. So
yeah, it's usually like the week after Super Bowl.
And I think it's usually the same week of Valentine's Day.
Oh, that'd be all bad.
Oh, shit.
It's always around Valentine's Day. That's all I remember.
It is weird for me to type in 2025.
Yeah, no, man.
You need to get used to it. It's coming.
God damn it.
Okay, so it's not announced yet for 2025, but it should be very soon.
Do you realize from when we were kids, 80s, 90s, and shit, this is the fucking future that we were like thinking about, like 2025.
Cars, yeah.
This is very morbid, but I did not expect to live this long.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay, hold on. I got it. It's
you got the dates?
Whoa, it's kind of late. It's February 21st through March 2nd.
Oh shit,
that's very late.
Okay.
Yeah, because like this year,
I know like last year the opening gala was on the 9th.
Yeah. So it's later.
All right, it moved around a little. That's all right.
Yeah. It's all right. I'll be there.
Yeah, we will be there.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Should we go ahead and wrap it? Because I know it's getting a little late for me.
Yeah.
You guys good? Yeah,
I'm good.
All right. Old Ninja, what you got popping this week?
So I'm definitely watching the next episode of Agatha like tonight. I'm still playing Star Wars Outlaws. I haven't given my review yet because I've put 50 plus hours into the game and I'm probably halfway. So I'm still playing it pretty heavily. Modern Warfare 3 dropped their Halloween event. What they call the Haunting or whatever. It's been pretty fun. So it's going on for the next couple weeks until Black Ops 6 drops. So I've been playing a lot of that. I'm not really going anywhere. It's fall, I guess officially, but it's like fucking hot as fuck here in the Bay. It's like it was 90 degrees on like Friday or some shit. It's gonna be 90 again this weekend. I was like, what the fuck?
Chula Vista's been kind of nice. I'm just saying, it's been like it's been
it
like
hit
the
90s.
low 80s, high 70s here.
So we'll be in the mid to high 70s for the next 2 days. I think Friday, Saturday is going to hit the 90s, then cool down to the 80s. I'm like, dude, it feels like it's still fucking summer. It's almost October, but it's fine.
It's almost like the climate changed.
Yeah. We didn't talk about that. I don't know who else is watching this, but I'm watching King of Tulsa, which just started. So
that's what the
Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, so that just started. So I'm watching that. I'm also watching the show, probably one of the best shows that nobody talks about, which is From. That just started, and that's been just a mind fuck. And the season opener was like last week, so the second episode is I think tomorrow. So that's been a really interesting show to watch. So they're saying they're going to answer a lot of shit. So for those of you who are From fans, we're supposed to get answers this season. So we'll see. That's it for me.
All right, Blue, what you got?
Oh man! So first of all, a couple of weeks ago, I did an escape room, which is the shirt I'm wearing.
I'm glad you escaped because you're here.
Yeah, I know, right? But it was a Batman themed escape room, and kind of going into this, I was like, oh man, this is like if I fail this, like I can't call myself a Batman fan. Like, I there's like a lot of pressure on me just because being a Batman fan, going to this Batman escape room, that if I don't escape from this, like how can I call myself a Batman fan? But yeah, actually we did it. Like it was 8 of us, and it's in like the Batcave, and you're solving clues in there, and then all of a sudden you go into Arkham, and you know there's different clues there. Like you have the option to like ask for clues, because some of the questions were a little bit challenging, but like once they give you the clues, it's like, oh, it's kind of obvious. But and then the last part is you're trying to save Gotham because the Joker is about to release some toxin, and like there's all this different things that's freaking happening. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed my time in there. I kind of debated about wearing my Batman mask. I was like, is that a little bit too much? Should I not? I decided not to, but I kind of wish I did. So I it's better to have and not need it, and need it and not have it situation.
Well, last week's episode. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I definitely want to try a different one. There's actually a Batman Arkham game in MetaQuest Horizon. Like that's their OS for their VR, which I kind of want to get just so I can play it, because the one for the Vive was pretty dope.
Do it,
even though it was pretty short. It was pretty short. But I'm definitely gonna watch Agatha All Along tonight. There's something else I started watching, but Batman Cape Crusader on Amazon. I'm not feeling it, man. Like I've been trying to watch the show, and it's just not hitting like the Batman fan button for me. Like I kind of don't like that it's kind of like an old, like maybe 60 theme kind of going on, but then like they made a lot of character change. Like Harley Quinn isn't really like that interesting anymore. She's just kind of just there. Like Lieutenant Matoya, she's in it, and it's just missing things. Like it doesn't have like that action packed feel to it. It just seems like I'm just watching like, I don't know, somebody else's creation of Batman. I mean, the voice acting is really good. There's some times where the animation is really bad. Like the way Batman walks is really weird. He walks like a robot. Like his chest is straight, but his legs like move forward, like kind of like how a robot will walk. Like there's little things here and there that's not making me like the show too much. But yeah, that's my take on that. And one other thing is I started this audiobook. It's kind of a mistake on my part because I was gonna cancel my audiobook subscription just because, you know, I was just gonna kind of use like public services, like library stuff for listening to audiobooks. But I had like a bunch of credits left, so I'm like, oh, let me see if I can find a book with like a bunch of books for one credit. So this one's 8 books for one credit, and it's called Raw by Misty. God, I just had her name up, Misty Dixon. And yeah, I was.
That sounds like a porn star name. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
That's basically what I'm listening to. It's about a guy who that's like in a like kind of a caveman era, and he wakes up without his memory, and he runs into an elf chick. Like there's magic and stuff too. So he runs to this elf chick, and like, you know, they have like a bit of a spark, and you know, they end up fucking.
The artist name sounds like she's getting off stage and Cinnamon's on next.
Yeah, basically. Right? I should have known, but like right now they met some other species chick, and she's like, and they go into details about like the sex too, like, oh, he like penetrated her and she like climaxed and screamed and all this different thing. I'm like,
so you basically downloaded a cliterature series.
Basically.
All right.
Basically.
Sorry, I got what is it, the Crown of Thorn and Roses, something like that.
Isn't that the George R. R. Martin?
It's fairy smut. I was not in. That actually was not. I thought it was gonna be like super smutty, but it really wasn't. So I was disappointed. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like the story is actually pretty good because like there's like the guy is like hunting people down and like killing stuff and all that, but then they go back to the cave and you know fornicate.
Wow.
Wake up in the morning. Hey, you looked at me this certain way. Oh, I think you must want it.
Really quickly,
like,
Blue.
If you look up the artist's name or the author's name, like you can see some of the artwork for the characters. And I should have like the cover of the audiobook should have been a freaking dead giveaway. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. But yeah, the shot was way more than I thought.
So Blue, are you watching the Penguin or no?
No, I'm not gonna watch a Penguin.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of not Will Ferrell. What's his name?
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, and like I don't know. It's just Gotham was a good series, but I might give it a try. I might watch a couple of episodes because I like Gotham. Gotham was good.
So the first episode, there's only one so far. I think until tomorrow, but everyone's raving about it so far. Everyone's saying it's like really good. So I'm probably gonna check it out as well. I mean, we can review it like, you know, just like we did back in before. But we both watched Gotham. I had my issues with Gotham, but I mean, it was still overall it was good. But there's issues, kind of like Star Wars Outlaws. Like, you know, overall it's good, but there's some issues with the game. I didn't talk about it tonight, but we'll probably talk about it next week.
That's you. Cronus, what you got?
What do I got? Sorry, I had some shit I was going to talk about, and then I fucking forgot because all that shit happened. I messed up my shoulder again, which is terrible because I'm getting I'm at like peak jiu-jitsu right now. Like I'm quite good. And if y'all watched the video, I dropped a video of me and a friend of mine rolling a couple days ago. If you like watching people grapple or doing jiu-jitsu, check it out. You get to see me getting submitted and submitting somebody else. I thought it was great. I actually studied the video a lot since I recorded it. But then, yeah, in that roll somewhere, I messed up my shoulder. And I was told to like take a week off. And I was like, how does one do that? So we'll see. Hopefully I can take I've taken a couple of days off. So we can take off some more. But yeah, that's like my main thing right now. Because I want to get my brown belt, hopefully in a couple of months. That's what I'm working towards. And that's like one step below black belt. So yeah, In jiu-jitsu, that's like a huge deal. Outside of jiu-jitsu, probably not a big deal. I'm probably like a black belt in like taekwondo to somebody that doesn't do martial arts. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm trying to hang out with Prodigy's wife and his daughter on Saturday to go to the Imaginarium. Hopefully.
Oh, okay.
With my daughter and another friend of mine's daughter as well, to get out there and like just like do stuff. I thought that'd be cool. And I know a friend of mine is coming down from the Bay Area. One of my old buddies. We were white belts together. He actually beat me in a tournament, my first tournament. He beat me at as teammates, which is weird. I was very bummed at the time. I was fucking angry. But he's coming down to the area on Friday and Saturday, so hopefully I can hang out with him on like one of those days and catch up with him. He's a good dude. Other than that, I don't think I got anything major going on. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. I have been listening on fucking repeat to this goddamn mixtape Pluto by Future. Holy shit. This is his goddamn thriller. This is his all Eyes on Me. This shit goes fucking hard. If you like trap music at all, you're going to feel like you are doing designer drugs or selling designer drugs or making really bad decisions with your baby mamas just by listening to this man. The tracks are just fucking fantastic. The beats are hard as shit. I think it's Metro and Southside or whatever. But let me just say this, or doing the beats, but let me just say this too. There's no fucking features. It's just Future going in for like 47 minutes straight. Really short tracks. Wow. I think it's like 17, 18 of them. And it's like his 11th #1 album, but it's just him in rare form. This man is way too old to be doing this, but I'm glad.
No, he's not.
Stop.
No.
You know, I feel like people are getting more selective on features given the overall climate with rap music and the artists right now. I will say that. You know, Drake is super suspect. You have Diddy's whole everything being implicated in like a whole lot of dirty shit. So it's like maybe clamp down on who you collaborate with on songs from now on.
Yeah, and like apparently Rakim is dropping an album if he hasn't already.
All right.
So. No. But what I'm saying is, if you listen to this actual mixtape or album, whatever, the topics he's way too fucking old for.
Oh, I see.
I mean,
what do you mean?
It's just
still drinking lean.
It's still lean. It's still trapping.
Bro, you just you know.
It's still stuff of late teen or 19, 20 something year old or whatever, and he's a little bit younger than us, but whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's fun as shit, and it's been just giving me fucking happiness.
This is something you wish you can do right now. It's like,
exactly.
A little bit of lean, a little bit of,
let's go to some
fuck the baby mamas. I'm just saying.
And just have fun. But yeah, that's been getting me through, and then obviously a whole lot of Gangs of London. One last quick thing I will mention, there is an anime coming out that I'm really excited about, especially for the spookier season, now that we're about to be into October. It is called Uzumaki, and it's a black and white horror anime. Yeah. This shit looks hard as fuck. So
I thought you were going to say Dan, so look forward to that one.
That one looks interesting, too. Yeah. Definitely.
Island.
Yeah.
I know you're waiting on that one.
But yeah, Uzumaki looks like some good horror shit. We'll see. Obviously, you know, I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen some of the trailers. And I'm still working my way through fucking that Terminator anime as well. So it's good.
Oh shit! How is that? Everyone's just kind of talking about
good.
It.
Yeah,
it's good.
It is good. I was watching Supercell in between that, and then what else? And then I watched the new one called Bloodhounds, which is about like this Korean boxer dude, with, like gangsters and shit. It dropped last year, but it was like weird because it was like during the pandemic in Korea. Which is very interesting to like see like what happened between like sports and Korea during the pandemic. South Korea, to be perfectly clear, not North Korea. Mm-hmm. Just it was interesting. Yeah.
Damn. Shit, I'm slipping on that Terminator one. I need to watch that.
It's only like 8 episodes. It's good.
Yeah, I heard.
But don't sleep on fucking Gangs of London. I guarantee you're gonna fucking like it if you like gangster shit and
action.
Stitch is, like I said, all the way up to season 2.
I know he's he's been binging hard.
He's been binging hard as fuck, man. He surpassed me like on night 1 with that shit. That's all I got. Take us out, old ninjas.
One quick thing. I'm probably going to see Transformers 1. Because, like, my family's seen it. They took their kids, and their kids were like, that was their introduction to Transformers.
Oh, shit. So, holy shit, we're fucking old.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, shit.
TV series.
Yeah, so, I mean, but to them, that was their first Transformers movie. So, and they liked it. So, there you go. You just experienced Black and Black Times Infinity. Take his podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with Beat and BTI. It's BTHANBTI. We go live every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific-ish time. You can come in live if you're listening to this just via audio. We're on YouTube and Twitch live 8:30 Wednesday nights around 8:30. You can chat with us and be a part of the discussion, ask us questions or whatnot. Check us out on all the socials with Beat and BTI. You can email us at beatandbti@gmail.com. Then check out our official website, benheadproductions.com/beatandbti.
All right. We're out this bitch.
Out this bitch.
Later.
Man at last has succeeded in penetrating further and further into the unknown vastness of space. Yet many questions remain unanswered.